Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 6 in our 20 from 1988 series. And this game was super controversial for its time for its high violence and gore content, but it's still a hilarious, awesome game, and this is called Narc. This was created by Williams, and perhaps more specifically, Eugene Jarvis and George N. Petro. And there is the control panel, and you have an 8-way joystick and 4 buttons at your disposal: fire, jump, crouch, and missile. And this is played out kind of like a beat-em-up, in which you move your character all over the playing field and take out enemies that come after you. And you are a narcotics officer, and you have a machine gun that you carry, and it has limited amounts of bullets. If you're out, then you can only fire, like, I think 1 bullet at a time, but you can collect more bullets by killing certain enemies that will drop those, and you can also collect missiles from some of the enemies. The missiles are really nice to have the further you get into the game, because there are going to be some really strong enemies that are very, very tough to take out without those missiles. But those missiles are super destructive, and they could just blow the enemies quite literally to bits. The game is just a riot, full of super dark humor. But you can also collect money, stacks of money from the enemies that you killed, and you can get bonus points for the money that you collected, and there will also be packets of drugs that they sometimes drop. Some of the enemies you can stand on, or stand over, or stand amid, or whatever, for a few seconds, and they will stop, and you will arrest them, and it'll say busted, and you could get bonus points for that if you clear a level. To clear a level, you often have to go inside a door. Yeah, actually, I think you always have to go inside a door, and there's a door with an arrow on it. No one had the guts until now. I mean, literal guts. You will see exploding limbs on fire when you blow the hell out of your opponent. And you appear on the scene in your car.
No, the Narc, man.
511 in progress. Let's go.
Oh no, the Narc, man. So you drive in your car, and the enemies scream as you shoot them.
Freeze.
And he says freeze when he busts one. Most of the time, the enemy does not want to stand still, it seems. They move on. Early on, they'll more often stay for you and get busted. But yeah, you collect those packets of drugs, and the amount that you have picked up shows in the top left, as does the amount of bullets that you have left and the amount of missiles that you have left. This was a gas. You will also often move to a different area if you enter a door, if you don't beat the level outright. Yeah, some of the enemies will absolutely not stand still for you. You can also blow apart, like, things that can get in your way. And sometimes you will need to collect a certain card to be able to exit the level. And you will keep that card once you've collected it. Except for a gold card later on in the game. You will need to keep collecting gold cards. Now note that with the crouch button, you can duck under a lot of the enemy bullets. But the further you get in the game, the more often they are going to shoot low to get you. So don't always rely on it, especially as you get further in the game. Now, some of the doors you can't go in. Actually, most of the doors you can't go in. That's why the arrow helps you to tell you that you need to go in this door. But there was a card reader on that door, and I had the right card. And there's the bonuses I'm getting for busting and drugs and
Roger, Chief.
the money that I've collected. There are 8 stages, and then there is a special 9th stage that's just bonus. And we'll get to that later. Now we have some tough enemies that will throw drug needles at you. And if they connect, they paralyze you and drain some energy for a couple seconds. And now I'm using missiles. Bloody limbs on fire flying through the air. Oops. Yeah, you get an extra life every 100,000 points, which seems pretty daunting, but blow things apart and you can get extra bonus points and collect all those drugs and stacks of money and whatnot along the way as well. And you can blow up these drug lab giant flasks and whatnot. But yeah, it's a good idea, and there I had the card to get into that next door. You will see the cards that you have collected near the top left as well. There will be some enemies that are high on PCP, and they are very tough to take down. They take a long time to kill. I love this level, even though it takes a long time to get to the end. You can now jump in a car. You can flatten the enemies with it, or send them flying in the air. You can actually fire with the car as well. Whoops, sorry about that. The screen got glitchy. But yeah, you can plow through enemies. Be very careful driving forward. There will be landmines on the road that will blow up your car, crap, and often kill you. But not only can those mines kill you, but slamming into one of those trash bins on the road. What are they doing on the road? If you're driving too fast, will also likely kill you and blow up your car. You could blow up your own car if you want with missiles. And you can run over the poor doggies. Although, fortunately, they don't show you kill the dogs, they just turn into puppies. You could slam into these barrels here and keep knocking them around. Eventually, you will see these gang members that are clowns, and they will flop in the air like fish when you slam into them with your car. And now you start to get menaced by a helicopter. You can turn your car around the other way by pressing the crouch button while you're in the car. And you need to jump into the car. This game is just so damn hilarious. But again, if you inch forward, you'll be able to bump into those trash bins. But if you're driving too fast, you will blow your car up and probably kill you. But yeah, you can rotate your car. You can jump back out of your car. I don't recommend it, especially when the helicopter's trying to harass you and shoot at you. If you have missiles, you can shoot them from your car and even blow up the helicopter for some nice bonus points. But again, you get an extra... yeah. Boy, I didn't die that time. That was lucky. But yeah, you are in big trouble if it's just you and the helicopter's trying to shoot you down. Yikes, get me out of here. Crap. Yeah, I've turned my car around by pressing the crouch button. But if you press the jump button while you're in your car, you will jump out. You can't make your car jump. Yeah, you get a lot of points for for the bust.
We're on our way.
For collecting the bust icons from busting the criminals. Bust is 5,000 points. Drugs are 2,000 points apiece. Money is 1,000 points apiece. This game is just so violent. I mean, it could have been worse, like super bloody. Oops, I got flung way forward. And on this stage, this is the kind of porn district. It's sex theaters and porn shops and stuff. I love the clown gang members screaming and flopping around. Oops, yeah, that car can kill you. Now, if you barely run out of energy, you will actually still be able to function for a few seconds. You will be flashing white, and eventually you will die just walking around.
You're busted.
And I put in initials that appear via spray paint.
You're busted.
This game is so damn hilarious. I remember seeing it at the arcades. I didn't get very high on the all-time list here, but there's also like a daily score list, which I did get on top of.
Oh, no,
The Narc, man. There I am. Now that is Narc. We will look at snippets of the rest of the stages. You will not get your energy restored in this game unless you die. You don't get it restored between levels. So try to make it a point to get as high a score as you can, because every 100,000 points you get an extra life. And there's some hookers there. I put on invincibility at this point. But yeah, note the card readers. You have to find a way to get a card to open that door or open a safe or whatever. And there will be, just kill all the enemies you can find, and hopefully they will drop you that card. But there will be a way to find it. You just got to kill the right enemies. Note that these guys that are high on PCP are super strong and can lift. They can lift these giant trash bins. And there are also these annoying bats, and the best way to deal with them is to jump and wiggle the joystick, and you try to land on top of them and squish them. And you hear little munching sound effects if you let them land on you.
You got it.
And this little area, hookers are trying to come onto you. But you will have to go in this area here with doors that open, and sometimes you have to deal with these angry doggies. Unfortunately, you don't kill them when you shoot them. They turn into little puppies. Your guy moves kind of slow. It's a little annoying. I wish that there was like a run or dash function, because it's hard to get away from some of the enemies, like the dogs. But you need to keep going around until you find the enemy that has a card, unless you have the right card, and you will see the colors of cards towards the top left. And if you have the right one and it says you get a bonus, I guess, for a hooker that you busted or something. I'm not sure. But you need to make sure that you have the right card to be able to go into the door. And the door reader will likely be that color of card that you need. And now we have these guys with machine guns that shoot at you. But again, early on you can use the duck function or crouch function to duck under the enemy shots, but later on they'll begin ducking too and shooting at you. And now, in this pot factory, remember when pot was illegal everywhere? Times have changed. You can collect the plants, and you will get a bonus after the end of the stage called a ganja bonus for all the plants that you collected. And the enemies can blow up their own product with their blowtorches. This game just cracks me up.
We got it.
But yeah, look for that card if you need it after killing all the enemies that might possibly have it. And there's the ganja bonus.
We got it.
And we are now about to try to take down Mr. Big, the final boss. And we have to go to his headquarters. And we're going to scoot forward a little bit. We're not going to play throughout the rest of the game, just snippets. I give up. There is an ATM that you can score some additional points at right outside a bank that we're just about to. And I think you shoot the ATM and stand in front of it, and you'll get some bonus money. Yep. Look at that. Yeah, I put on invincibility. We're going to scoot forward just a little bit. We're still on the outside. You have to watch out for that pink Cadillac, likely being driven by a pimp. And there, I blew up the vehicle. And now we go inside Mr. Big's headquarters. His drug organization is called KRAK, Crack. This game is just... How can anyone take this seriously? It cracks me up. A lot of the enemies, surprisingly, at this stage of the game, will let you bust them, these soldiers. Although they'll shoot a lot, so it's hard to stay still in front of them. Screw it, I'm just gonna blow them all to chunky bits. I put on infinite bullets and or infinite missiles or rockets. And do I have the red card? Yes, I do. And now they say that you're on your own from here. You might not get radio transmission from dispatch or whatever from this point on. But now you're getting close to Mr. Big himself. And there are two versions of Mr. Big. I can't get over all the carnage in this game. It's so hilarious. There, I had a blue card. If you continue, you will pick up where you left off. But if you are facing Mr. Big's final form, and he has two forms, if you are facing his final form and you lose all your lives and continue, you have to start from the beginning of the fight. If you caused him a lot of damage, he will be fully healed and you have to start it all over, which sucks. After you kill Mr. Big's second form, and he is a giant monster in that form, robotic type of monster, after you destroy that one, then you have a chance to raid his treasure room and collect some gold. Actually, you will automatically go in there and do that, but you've got to find the gold and pick it all up, and then exit the room, and you've beaten the game. This, I didn't mention this yet, but this is two-player simultaneous play if you like. You can have a friend play with you. Player 1 will be the blue narcotics officer, and player 2 will be the red narcotics officer. Oh my god, when I first saw the violence in this game, it was just like, how did they get away with this? But it was the start of something that would be a trend with Mortal Kombat, which was made by many of the same programmers. I'm sure a lot of parents were not happy with this. And we are starting to see the first form of Mr. Big, and he is in a wheelchair. Eventually, you can shoot him enough so that he flies out of his wheelchair, but then he crawls off and then gets another wheelchair. But once you destroy his form in a wheelchair, you will have to end up facing his second form. just the way that the enemies just go airborne sometimes when you blow them up. We're also seeing these black dogs. I'm waiting for... Did I blow him up there? Yep. And he drops a gold card. And once you use the gold card, I think you lose it, because you have to get it again later on. Maybe you do. I don't remember for sure. Or maybe you just have to collect a second gold card. Yeah, his second form takes forever to blow up. It's a real pain in the ass. There he is. Look at him. Look how big he is. Jiminy Christmas. Just touching you, he will smack you around and drain some energy. But if you have enough missiles, you can turn him into a grody skull on a spinal column trying to hit you. But this is really where it sucks that you're not faster. You have to watch out for those tongues that he shoots at you too. What a gross violent game. But yeah, again, if you lose all your lives against him, you have to start the fight all over when you elect to continue. Well, I hope you're managing to stay cool enough. I've got my windows open. I've got the back door open with a fan blowing, which unfortunately lets bugs in. So they're looking for a source of light, so they're buzzing around my TV or my ceiling fan with the light. But yeah, here he seems not as fast as his earlier form. So you can create some nice space. You can't go any further than here, though. That is the door to get out, and you need to destroy this form of Mr. Big to get another gold card. And it takes a long time to destroy, so we're going to scoot forward to me killing him. It's good to use both machine gun and missiles, because you can force that head back a little bit with the machine gun. And even after you destroy this final part of him, still try to stay away from his vehicle. It can still kill you, and he'll still send some bats after you. But now we got the second gold card, and we're going to beat the game in just a moment. But first, we get to go in his treasure room and get some gold. And each thing of gold, each pile of gold is worth 24,000. See, 24 karat gold. Get it? But that is all going to be turned in for points at after I leave through this door. There's nothing back the other way. Just wanted to show you that there isn't. I got all that I saw. Yeah, so I gotta go back to the door. We'll scoot forward to me doing that. Leave with the gold card there, and we've beaten Narc. And here's all that gold that I get to collect. Man, that is a pretty nice score. Well, that is Narc. hilarious, incredibly gratuitously violent game. But I thought it was hilarious. It is fun. I especially like the stage where you can drive the car and run over the enemies. Contact your local DEA recruiter. Tell them that you played this game, so you're all prepared for what awaits you as a DEA officer. I like the rap at the end of the game. The clowns screaming with the laughter or whatever. It cracks me up. Their costumes make me think of the ones in The Dark Knight, the clown gang. But that was Narc, and I got on the today's top 5 list. That is Narc. What a hilarious, incredibly violent game. Shoot 'em up sort of game. And we're going to see me run out of lives here. If you elect to continue, yep, you have to start that fight all over. And you can tell on the radar screen that he's fully healed. And here we're going to see some two-player simultaneous play action. And there is the second player, that is Red, the red narcotics officer.
Let's go.
And here's player 1 arriving via car. And we both need to go to the same locations. So we got to go to the subway. Now we have to make our way out of the subway and find the exit. I think as long as one player finds the exit, the stage will end. Once one of the players goes into the exit. They don't have to both go in the exit, I don't believe. It's just such a hilarious game. Kind of noisy and super violent. Yeah, kind of controversial for its time. But that was Narc, created by Williams in 1988, game number 6 in our 20 from 1988 series. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 5. Hope you all have a great weekend. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, folks.